you're just another number. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of applicants for a job that's hiring one opportunity. Keep your head up. There's a ton of opportunities out there. Really just research the industry. There's a lot of companies that are big that you just don't know of.
What was the mindset shift or the strategy shift that you were like, oh, okay, this is how I'm supposed to be doing the job
Strategy
search?
shift. I mean, honestly, the strategy shift was
If you just graduated college and you don't know where to start your career, you're going to want to listen to this one. Ben just graduated college a few weeks before we got in touch. He had a job lined up, everything was great, but then the job went away. And he wanted to work with us to help him get a great job in tech sales. Ended up landing him a 95K plus role in just 18 days. In this episode, we talked through rejection, we talked through strategy, why you should not mass apply. So, hope you guys enjoy. What was your life and kind of career situation like before wanting to break into tech sales? Like, I know you had something lined up, and we'll keep the company name out of it, but had an opportunity, right? And you just graduated college. So, can you kind of remind me, like, what was your journey
Yeah,
before
I
tech
just
sales?
graduated college. Before I graduated, I signed an offer letter. Thought I had everything lined up to dive into tech sales. But then a week before my start date, I got an email saying like, "Hey, pushing back the start date." They pushed it back two other times, and then ultimately, that didn't pan out. So I was super stressed out. Didn't really know where to go, and I was like, really just scrambling for a job, like moved across the country, struggling with like rent and super stressed out about my job. And then with tech sales, that's when I kind of dove into you. I was like, I saw that you guys help people get into tech sales, and I was like, I knew tech sales was where I wanted to be, a ton of financial opportunities and then career growth. And then I figured if you were able to help me get there, and especially with the timeline, I thought this would be a good place to start.
Cool, man. And had you been applying after you kind of saw that the current job wasn't going to work out? Did you apply at all, or did you
Uh,
come right
I
to us?
I applied, but it wasn't anything intense. I mean, I was just doing like the easy applies on LinkedIn, which is obviously not useful at all. It was actually just a waste of time. But it was just like basic LinkedIn applies.
Okay. Talk about that for a sec, because I think honestly, like if the people listening to this are being honest, they're probably doing the same thing, just like mass applying, doing LinkedIn Easy Apply. Talk to me about like
Yeah,
why
I
that
mean,
doesn't
you're
work.
you're just another number. I mean, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of applicants for a job that's hiring one opportunity. It's just impossible to get even feedback to whether or not if you're moving forward or not in that interview process can take weeks. There's some that I'm still haven't even found out yet. And so it's been like months now. I mean, yeah, it's just too many people doing the same thing, and you don't stand out at all. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. And what are you like? What are you supposed to do then? Right? If we're not supposed to do Easy
I
Apply,
mean,
what's the
through sort
answer?
I mean, yeah, you guys helped me a ton, making it really more personalized, reaching out to the people instead of just doing the easy apply through the bots. Really just as soon as you can get outreach to an individual person and connect on a personal level, I think just standing out on an individual level skyrockets your opportunities for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I talk about this all the time, but it's like doing the job to get the job, right? It's like if you can get in front of someone, a human being, you're gonna land an interview and you're gonna have a connection, and that's gonna blossom into
Exactly.
hopefully an
Yeah.
offer one day. Gotcha. Okay. And then what about, because a lot of people think about their career like, oh, there's no way I could like sign up for a program and they're actually going to be able to help me. And I also know like you have great parents, bro. Like they were really looking out for you. And there's some weird programs out there and weird coaches and buy this, buy that, whatever. For you though, like why did you ultimately decide to sign up for Sword? Especially with like a bunch of like fear of like, what
Yeah.
if this doesn't
Great
work?
question. And obviously I was like super hesitant getting into it. I was like definitely like a big investment up front. And just because there is a lot of like the uncertainty into Instagram. Honestly, like when I saw like your reviews and
Yeah.
feedbacks like through the LinkedIn's, and then I saw like you had the 90-day guarantee, which was like a big selling point for me. Like if you're so confident that you're like it's a money back guarantee if my product doesn't work out for you, that was just a huge confidence boost. It was like as long as I do my part and you're so confident that you're able to help me land a job, that really just took off a lot of the stress because I'm like there's obviously a lot of scams in that scene, so that was just like a big relief for sure.
Was there a moment of relief for you? Like once you had initially started with me, we started working on your resume and stuff. Did you have like an aha moment of like, wait, I think I'm gonna be okay. I think this is
Yeah,
legit. I think this
I
is
mean,
gonna
seriously,
work.
the first day I was applying, I think I heard a day later and was setting up interviews with the next company. As soon as I really got to that Apollo stuff, I was like, this is working immediately. It was the very first company I applied for, and then, I mean, my success rate, just even just getting feedback, which like I wasn't getting it all on my own, was insane. Really, as soon as I got to that Apollo step, um, I was like, I can do this, which was very nice. Yeah,
Yeah, we could have done a
yeah,
19-day guarantee for you, brother. You put in the work, man. And that's what I tell people. I'm like, y'all, do not join Sword if you're not gonna work hard. Like I'm not gonna do stuff for you. That's not how this works. That doesn't set you up for success in the role. But if you want to show up and work hard, like cool, we can try to help you. But yeah, you gotta work
absolutely,
hard, right, Ben?
absolutely.
Yeah, you're grinding on this thing, man. But if you do it that fast, it requires a lot of work up front too. So okay, so you had this job lined up. It didn't work out. You started to try to do easy apply, and you're like, "What the heck am I going to do? I want to get into tech." You find us. You pull trigger. We do it. When you got into Sword, though, what was like, what was the mindset shift or the strategy shift that you were like, "Oh, okay, this is how I'm supposed to be doing the job
Strategy
search."
shift. I mean, honestly, the strategy shift was like insane. Like it was just like don't mass apply, don't just spray and pray. Really have it be more personalized. Like specifically like the interview deck, I've got nothing but insane positive feedback. Um, I think just instead of like
Mhm.
the spray and pray with the easy applies because you're just another number, really trying to create it more personalized, like the Loom videos, the interview decks. Just really trying to create it as personalized as possible because then that helps you stand out is definitely something I'm going to keep with me moving forward for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Like now you know the skill set of how to stand out in these job searches. Like, bro, you're gonna go in and crush this SDR role, and then once it's time to move to AE and go make the big bucks, you're gonna already know how
Exactly.
to
Yeah.
approach this
Yeah.
thing.
I'm
It's
definitely
huge.
not going to forget this. This helped a ton. Yeah.
So what do you think is a big mistake outside of spray and pray? Because we've talked a lot about spray and pray. Outside of spray and pray, what's a mistake that you think people are making on
Yeah, and
their
I did it. I
job
did it
search?
before I thought I landed a previous job. Putting all of your eggs in one basket. I had a really big interview with a huge tech company. I was like, "This is the dream. This is the goal. It's all going to work out." And ultimately, it didn't work out, and then I was screwed. I mean, I was months behind in the interview process with other companies. Uh, like I thought I had it all lined up. I had referrals from like super high up people in the company. I was like, "This is going to be a layup." Made it all the way to the final round interview, and then I didn't get it, and I was like, where do I go from here? Um, Putting all your eggs in one basket is definitely a mistake that I made for sure.
Hmm. I want to break that down real fast just because the job search is
Yes.
full of rejection. And it's one thing to talk about like, yeah, like just bounce back from rejection, no big deal. But to actually like be in a final round for a company you're freaking pumped about and then get the rejection, like talk to me about that. How do you actually like navigate that? What's your advice
I
to
mean,
people?
it's definitely tough. It's not easy, but just trying to stay positive. I mean, there's a bunch of other companies that offer really great opportunities. Like I was definitely really bummed out, but I was like, I want to be in tech sales, a ton of opportunities. Really, I would try to be sold on the industry rather than one individual company. 'Cause I mean, there's so many good companies that like I just wasn't aware of until I like reopened my search. So I would say make sure that you're like in love and passionate about the industry rather than the company. Because if rejection does come, which it will for everyone, you're able to bounce back a lot quicker. Yeah.
Bros, that is
Yeah.
I'm, like, clapping right now 'cause that's so people miss that. When they get into tech sales, they're like, "Oh, I wanna work at this company." And if that's your mindset, you're gonna be on this job search for, like, 2 years trying to break in. But if you fall in love with the industry, like you're saying, like, commit to the industry, there's so many companies out there that I've never heard about. Like, even now, I've been in the industry 5 years, and my clients will get offers to these jobs I've never heard about, and they're great companies. They get paid a lot, they get taken care of, and so, yeah, that's exactly it, where people get too fixated, I think, on a certain company or companies, and in reality, it's like I mean, the company you accepted an offer at, had
No,
you
not at
heard
all.
of
That's why
before?
I'm like, really, the industry is like huge because you're gonna be out as soon as you get rejection, but I'm like, you just
Yeah.
gotta keep going. You're as long as you're passionate about it and you wanna be in the industry, it makes it a lot easier to deal with rejection.
Well, and the irony of you not knowing about that company is like I know about that company. It's a huge company. It's massive. Like they're really well known for what they do, and you hadn't heard of it. And so I think this is kind of a wake up call to those of you who aren't in tech yet. Is like, don't be so naive to think you know everything about tech, and you're so picky about like I got to work at this company because I mean you ended up at a giant, bro, in your career. Like you've got this company on your resume, man. You're gonna look good in the future. It's almost like being in the ocean and I see a dolphin pull up and then there's a shark that pulls up and you're like, bro, what is this? A shark? I've never seen a shark in my life. I'm like, dude, it's a shark. Like it's like super common in the ocean. And if we're just too small minded coming in, then we're gonna miss those opportunities. And you weren't, man. You were open minded. You're like, yeah, dude, I'll go for it. Let's go. And bada bing, bada boom. 18 days in,
Yeah,
it happened.
exactly. Yeah, love it.
Yo, quick interruption. There's two links below to get some free resources. One is a free game plan call with my team to see what you need to be doing to actually go break into tech sales. We'll look at your background, we'll figure out where you need to make adjustments to your job search, and you'll have a good game plan to execute moving forward. And we have a free school community you can join, link below as well. Bunch of resources in there from how to format your resume to how to apply to jobs, how to find good jobs, all of that is in there. It's free to join. I'll see you in there. Take me to that moment when you got the offer. What did that actually feel like? Did they call you, email you, and what was like processing through your body as they told you
Yeah,
that they were going
I
to extend you
found
an
out,
offer?
woke up to an email and I was just through the roof. The offer was a lot more than I was expecting, which was ecstatic. I mean, it was awesome. Found out through an email, I was just like relieved, happy, just a huge like boulder of stress just off the shoulders. Yeah, definitely a moment I won't forget for a while.
What was the first thing you did right after
I
you got the offer?
took myself out, went golfing and barbecue. I was like, I am enjoying this day. I'm not working. I'm like, I'm taking a break. I'm enjoying it, kicking back. Yeah. So I enjoyed my day for sure.
Good. That's the right way, man. Celebrate. You got to celebrate the milestones. I love it. And so, looking at that moment of just like relief and elation, what would you tell the Ben who just got out of that final interview and got rejected? Like if you were the big brother to yourself, what would you have told yourself in
Yeah,
that
I would say
moment?
I know it's a tough time right now. Keep your head up. There's a ton of opportunities out there. Really just research the industry. There's a lot of companies that are big that you just don't know of because at that point I was just like an average guy trying to get into tech sales, wasn't super familiar. There's a lot of opportunities, so I mean just keep your head up, be open minded, and stay positive. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to say that because I say that stuff to my clients all the time, but once you actually go through it, you believe it because you're like, oh yeah, I was here and I'm here and I'm the same
yeah,
person, but I'm on a different timeline. So it's that natural evolution of just like confidence and lessons and all of that. So I'm so proud of you, man. You didn't give up. A lot of people would have let that rejection take them out for like 2 weeks and just go ghost mode and just screw this, tech sucks. And then you come back 2 weeks later, you're like, man, I regret just being bitter for 2 weeks because I could have had a job by
yeah,
now. And that's
yeah,
that's what you did, man.
yeah.
You worked. Two or three more questions here as we wrap up. So one is just as you look at your career now that you're in this new company, how do you actually expect this to change your life? Like from an income standpoint, working in a hybrid environment, like what are you actually looking forward to and what impact
I
is
mean,
this going to
obviously a
have?
huge financial impact. I mean, the salaries are huge. I think I'm just below six figures, like 95,000 is amazing. Wasn't really expecting to get that for a first job. So I mean, that's exceeding expectations for sure. But I'm excited to like meet people. I mean, I moved all the way across the country, not really knowing anybody, so I'm excited to work with like-minded people, which is going to be really exciting. But like really just launching like this new phase of my life, which I've been looking forward to since graduation. So I'm definitely juiced up.
Massive, man. It's almost like the dream coming true, right? And I think when we look at the initial setup you had at the first company and then, even the rejection along the way, it's like, man, what future am I going to have here? But now your future is secure and you're excited
Absolutely.
about it, which is huge. this was a quick process, like 18 days. The program average is 38 days right now, so you like you crushed the average. Um, but I am curious to hear if you hadn't joined Sword. Let's say like you left our conversations like, it's too much of an investment. I don't know if this is gonna work, and you just went back to like normal mode. Realistically, where do you think you'd be right now if you'd never
Yeah, I mean,
joined Sword?
I was definitely close to not being able to commit. Like, I was definitely really worried about the upfront investment. But like honestly, I don't know if it would have been tech sales. Like, I was relying on a lot of connections that like my dad had through different companies down here in Austin. It was like logistics, finance. It was not tech sales. I've found that like the interview process, if you're not on top of things, takes forever. Especially with bigger companies, they're not trying to rush to hire people. There's a ton of applicants, so I mean, I wouldn't have heard back from a tech sales company, at least final stages by now for sure.
Mm. And what would that have done like just to your career prospects? I mean, how would you feel
Yeah,
if that
I
was
always
the
try to stay
case?
upbeat like through rejection, but I mean that would have been months of just like not having landed a job. Stress would be insane and definitely like doubt to where it would be like reasonable to move on to a new opportunity. I mean, like I have to pay rent, like if I wouldn't have landed a job. Like there's a lot of like real like obstacles I would have to
Mm.
overcome. Like I was weeks away from like, do I get a job at Target just to cover some bills in the meantime? Um, I mean, yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to like stay with this path if I wouldn't have had a level of like success, whether it be setting it up an interview. So definitely would have looked a lot different for sure.
Yeah, cool, man. And what would you say to the skeptics out there about how Sword helped you?
I mean, it's just a lot faster. I mean, I always said like my job is to get a job until I have a job. Like that was my huge thing going into it. I was like, I'm broke. I just moved out here. I need a job. I mean, if you put time into it, like you can move very fast through this process. And like 18 days for me was great. I have a lot of like great opportunities, made new other networking opportunities through this. Um, I mean, it's helped me build skills through just the SDR level that I'm going to be going in through, like creating the decks, creating the videos. Like those are all like skills that like I think I'll be able to like carry on through prospecting or like when I move on to the account executive level. I mean, you really build skills that you're able to like carry on through the SDR level for sure.
Awesome. Awesome, bro. Well, I'm excited for you to light it up over at Rippling and just for the audience real quick, like guys, Ben almost was considering like maybe tech sales isn't the right path I'm going to go down. And there's a lot of you out there like that right now where you're like, I don't know if this is going to work. I've been applying for months. Please don't give up until we talk to you. Like just at least talk to my team to see if we can help you. I mean, Ben, we had multiple conversations and at the end of the day, it just came down to giving you a roadmap to success. And once we gave you that roadmap, bro, you were off. Like right away landing interviews, right away moving on. So yeah, guys, don't give up on tech sales till we get a chance to talk to you because you don't know if you're just a month away from starting and all you need is some support along the way. So Ben, dude, congrats. We're not going to be strangers. You're going to stay in the sword community. I have a bunch of like new SDR training to give you now that you're starting. And yeah, when you're in the role, you're going to be in direct communication with me.
Yeah,
So do not
absolutely.
hesitate to
No,
reach
thank
out.
you. I've actually like this was a very helpful. Highly recommended. Obviously, like the timeline was perfect. So yeah, thank you again for all the help.